don't know what's happening with the Iran delegation today, but things can change quickly.
That was Alberta Budget Day last Thursday. A barrel of West Texas Intermediate was $64, and Albertans were staring at a $9 billion deficit. But now that war has broken out across the Middle East, impacting trade routes for tanker ships, oil hit $73 a barrel Monday morning. Sustained prices like that would mean billions more for Alberta's coffers.
In the range that we are predicting, budget 26 and ending this year, that every dollar change in the price of WTI was about a $680 million impact.
The Premier started her answer about the situation by calling for peace.
We want the conflict to end quickly with minimal loss of life. I think that's what we should all be hoping for.
Still, Danielle Smith did not pass up an opportunity to promote new pipelines out of Alberta.
It just underscores the need for our million-barrel-a-day bitumen pipeline to the West Coast, because if this kind of uncertainty continues, it just demonstrates that the world and our trading partners and allies need to have a stable source of supply, and that's what we are.
Alberta is actually on track to break its own fiscal framework with 4 consecutive deficits totaling about $28 billion. The Premier has promised no major tax hikes or service cuts, so there is no clear path to balance unless oil prices are high.
It is one of those double-edged swords where Alberta does actually benefit from these situations. And again, we say the Premier taking a somber tone about this whole situation, understandably so, but at the same time, I think realizing that this could give them a little bit of flexibility coming right off the heels of a pretty ugly budget.
This energy journalist says some experts predict oil prices of $100 or even $150 a barrel are possible. But Markham Hislop believes that is still not a great reason to ignore long-term electrification trends and build a pipeline.
I'm sure Alberta will enjoy the bump in prices for as long as it lasts. But remember, there's another 400,000 barrels a day of capacity that can be added to the Trans Mountain expansion. Enbridge is adding another 400,000 barrels a day to its main line going down to southern markets. There are lots of things that can be done in a much shorter period of time than building a pipeline that takes 5 to 7 years.
The Premier and Finance Minister pointed out there is still a month left in the current fiscal year, so prices today are expected to shrink a $4 billion hole from 2025-26. Alberta's next fiscal update is scheduled for this summer, so the budget could look wildly different by then. Sean Amato, City News, Edmonton.